Okay, so I'm in my office area, and it's been over the last few days. I had some comments posted on what the heck, one of my videos. Let's see what it was. It was me doing farm work, not fixing stuff, which is fine. Yeah, I do farm work, and fixing stuff is part of farm work. But anyways, one of these. Let me see. One of these stories that was sent to me was by 63 Impala Two-Door. It was a short one, but it was good. So I elaborated on a story that I had about a guy that came up to me while I was baling hay, and I don't know if you read it or not, but come up to me while I was baling hay, and he says, "Hey, what would happen if I got in the baler and you bailed me up? Would I come out the other end?" In a bale and able to just, pick it up and walk home with it to show my wife that I went through the baler. And I looked at him like, what the hell are you talking about? I said, yeah, you can go in there. I says, but it's not going to be pleasant. It's going to be, it's probably first, what's going to happen is there's little teeth that go, they're going to poke holes into you, and they're going to stuff you up into this pre-charge chamber, and then these forks are going to into you, more than likely, in a couple spots, and then it's going to shove you up into the bale chamber. At that point, if you completely go up in there, the only thing that's going to hit you is a 6,000-pound plunger. And said, but more than likely, your arm or your leg or maybe even your head will be, down below the knife, and it's going to cut you into pieces, and then stuff you again. So you'll be in two flakes of hay. I said, and then the 6,000-pound plunger will hit you. It will compress you with more hay, and then by the time you get out the other end, you're going to be about 1.5 inches thick. Well, he looks at me. He's like, oh. He's like, really? He says, boy, it's a good thing I didn't hide in the windrow and let you bail me up. And I looked at him like, are you serious, man? He says, yeah. He says, that's what I was going to do because, I didn't think that it would kill me. I'm like, have you ever even touched one of these bales? I mean, they weigh like 2,000, they were 1,500-pound bales. I said, that thing would have killed you and chopped you into little pieces. I mean, I can't believe that you would do that. He says, well, you got to the field too soon, or you'd have seen me crawl under the windrow. He goes on to tell me about how he's a Pulitzer Prize winning photographer, and I'm like, and I'm just telling you as I wrote it on the video comment section. I was just appalled. I couldn't believe someone that was able to win this prize was that stupid. Generally, listen, if it was that way, I'd jump in the baler. That would be cool as hell. And I even did see a video one time of a guy who goes in the baler, comes out naked, carrying a bale or whatever it was. Or maybe he got naked and jumped in, but anyways, he come out with the bale. But this was long before that. So, anyway, I got a bunch of stories. But I got a story sent to me, and this is over the explosive Easter Sunday. And this guy, Tristan 102100, sent me this. And I asked him if I could use this, read this thing too on a video. And he said, yeah, sure. He said, you can use my name and my stepdad's name too. His name is Hugh. These are crazy Canadians. I got to say crazy Canadians because he said it. But anyway, I'm going to read this to you. I laughed like hell. I might not bring it across as good as it should, but I laughed like hell. It says, so, my stepdad was hanging out with a friend when his friend mentioned he needed a fish pond. So my stepdad says, get a hole auger, some fertilizer, some diesel fuel, call me up when everything is ready, and I will bring the fuse. Anyway, a week later, his friend calls and said, I'm ready for the fuse. So my stepdad brings a 1/4 mile of fuse, which sounds like a lot of fuse to me, but 1/4 mile of fuse. When he gets there, he finds the guy used a telephone post hole digger, around 4 feet wide, and instead of a few bags of fertilizer, he got a few pallets of the stuff. And instead of some diesel fuel, he got a lot. I don't remember the exact amount, but it was way too much for a small fish pond. He says he had drilled and filled up with fertilizer and diesel 24 holes in a size about the average 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom house. My stepdad shit his pants when he saw all the explosives. He told his friend, "I thought you wanted a fish pond, not a hole into the Earth's core." He said, "That's right, I do want a fish pond." So they set the fuse, and since he had only a quarter mile of it, he lit the fuse and went running for the nearby forest. When it exploded, my stepdad described it as it was raining huge chunks of mud. When we realized what had just happened, we jumped in a truck and drove the other way. Someone flagged us down, and when we stopped, we thought, today we die. But the guy asked us, "Did we hear that huge explosion?" They were like, "Yeah, we did. We thought it was over there. That's where we're going." Obviously, it was in the opposite direction, but damn Canadians are too funny. Anyway, my stepdad's friend got one hell of a fish pond. So I figured I'd share that. I laughed like crazy. I had to actually read it several times so it wasn't so funny to me, so I could actually do this. This was sent days ago. But I've actually got another story about stupid people that, well, I say stupid people, uneducated people. They think they're educated, and they think they know everything about how the world works, but when it comes down to farming, they have no clue. So anyways, we had a soybean field, okay? Actually, I did a video on the soybean field. It was where the four-wheelers went through, and there was a woman stopped while I was combining the beans. Not this year. It was a while back, maybe 8 years ago. And at that point, I was in the middle of a divorce, so it was kind of like, I really, just get away from me. But anyways, the woman comes out across the field like, no, stop, what are you doing? I was like, what the heck is going on? So I get out of the car, I'm like, what? Did I run over your cat or something, Anyway, she says, what are you doing? You're killing it. What? Well, killing what? She says, I watched that field grow all summer long. It was so beautiful. And now you're killing it. She's almost in tears. I said, lady, these are soybeans. I planted them here. I'm harvesting my crop. What is wrong with you? And she's like, you are a murderer. You're murdering this. I was like, please, I'll see you later. Get in the combine. I go back to work. She didn't call the cops, but she said she was going to. Maybe she did. I don't know, but whatever. Sometimes you wonder. I live in the country, and yes, I live in New Jersey. New Jersey is the most densely populated state in the nation, and I guess the most densely populated could be referring to their common sense. They're kind of dense people. I don't know. Something like that, but man, in the comments section, just write this crap down if you got it. Funny stories like that. Another one was a neighbor down the road. They were interseeding wheat into soybeans. They had some highly erodible ground there, and they planted the beans late, and Soil Conservation got on their case because they had planted soybeans too many years in a row. So they had to interseed. So they got a helicopter to come in. Now, this is not, well, it's uncommon now, but 20 years ago it wasn't. So they're interseeding this wheat. And again, woman across the road, ambulance starts going into the house. The kids are getting all covered up, and they're taking them out on stretchers. And the next thing the cops come, well, you're spraying these soybeans, or you're spraying your crop, and these people are having an allergic reaction to whatever it is you're spraying. They're on their way to the hospital. And the neighbors are like, what? It's wheat. There's no chemicals on it. It's not even treated. It's just bin-run wheat. So, anyway, they thought they were going to sue this farmer for whatever. And I guess they got to the hospital and they saw him come back in when it was all done. But yeah, we got some real wacky people that live here. But they're moving out of the city and they're moving into the country, and then now they're trying to tell country folks how to live. But anyways, if you got some funny stories, make a video of it, and I'll post it with this video, or you can ask for permission to tag it to this video, and I'll accept it, because I think it's funny, you know, videos of stories and agricultural stories. I mean, there's some really good ones. I got another one. Neighbor down the road was cleaning out their slurry, and they had beef cows, about 300. It's not really that many, but there was about 300 beef cows down there, and they ran it into a slurry tank. Well, as you know, once a year or twice a year, in the spring and the fall, you pump your slurry tanks. Well, they decided they pump it out. Now, here we don't have to knife it in. You can just spread it on top. Some places down South Jersey, you have to knife it into the ground now. But anyways, they spread it on top. Next thing, they got hazmat coming in. They got the fire company coming in. They got all emergency services, oil spill, all this crap. The guys get out in their white suits with the masks and everything, and they go into the field and they're taking samples. Well, the farm manager comes out and he's like, "What the hell are you doing?" "Oh, we're taking samples of this toxic waste you're spreading on these fields. You've got you've got this whole community contaminated with this smell of toxic waste." Like, it's shit. That's all it is. It's manure. Well, somewhere down the road, had a city slicker move into their house, and sometime between point A and point B, between the spreadings of the slurry system, they moved in, and when they opened up with this shit bomb, they thought that they were spreading toxic waste on the fields. So, I mean, I've got loads of stories of this stupid crap. But anyways, if you got a comment or a story, a comment, anything like that, please feel free to put it up. Thanks for watching.